Have you been avoiding dates because they're too sweet? You're not alone. But what if one of nature's sweetest fruits could actually support your heart, improve digestion, and help you stay healthier after 40? In today's video, we'll separate myths from science and discover the smartest way to enjoy dates for maximum health benefits. Let's begin.
Why does the heart love potassium-rich foods? Now let's imagine a very common situation. A person wakes up in the morning, goes through the usual routine, leaves the house, climbs a couple of flights of stairs, and suddenly notices that their heart is beating faster than it used to. Or perhaps by the evening they feel exhausted, even though the day wasn't particularly demanding. Of course, there can be many reasons for this. Sometimes it's lack of sleep, sometimes it's stress, and sometimes it's a medical condition that requires proper treatment. But there's one factor that often goes unnoticed: getting enough essential minerals from your diet, especially potassium. Think of your heart as one of the hardest working pumps ever created. It never takes a vacation, it never gets a day off. Every single minute of your life, it keeps pumping blood throughout your body. In just one day, your heart beats about 100,000 times. And every heartbeat depends on tiny electrical signals traveling through your heart muscle. Potassium plays a critical role in helping those electrical signals work properly. That's why potassium-rich foods have been recommended for decades as part of a heart-healthy diet. Dates happen to be one of those foods. But here's something important to remember: dates are not medicine. If you have high blood pressure, heart rhythm disorders, or any form of cardiovascular disease, dates cannot replace your prescribed treatment. However, as part of a balanced diet, they can help provide your body with important minerals that support normal heart function. Many people spend years searching for one magical food that will protect their heart. The truth is much simpler. Heart health is built from dozens of small daily habits: walking regularly, sleeping well, not smoking, managing blood pressure, eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. And yes, enjoying a few dates can absolutely be one small piece of that much bigger picture. Can dates slow down aging? Now let's talk about something almost everyone over 40 thinks about. Why do some people seem to age much faster than others? You've probably noticed it yourself. Two people can be exactly the same age. One is energetic, active, travels often, enjoys long walks, and seems years younger than their age. The other feels tired most of the time, struggles with everyday activities, and appears much older. Why does this happen? There are many reasons. One of them is something scientists call oxidative stress. The name sounds complicated, but the idea is actually very simple. Imagine an iron fence standing outside in the rain. It doesn't become rusty overnight. The damage happens slowly, day after day, year after year. Something very similar happens inside our bodies. Every day our cells are exposed to stress: poor sleep, emotional stress, air pollution, smoking, too much alcohol, highly processed foods. All of these factors increase the production of unstable molecules called free radicals. Over time, these molecules can damage healthy cells. Fortunately, your body has its own defense system, and one important part of that defense comes from antioxidants. Dates naturally contain a variety of antioxidants, including polyphenols and other plant compounds that help protect cells from oxidative damage. Now let's be realistic. Eating dates will not make you look 10 years younger next month. Despite what some advertisements promise, no single food can stop aging. But researchers consistently agree on one thing: a diet rich in colorful plant foods and natural antioxidants helps support healthy aging over the long term. Dates can certainly be one part of that healthy eating pattern, supporting healthy bones and muscles after 40. Here's another change that often goes unnoticed until later in life. Beginning around middle age, we slowly start losing muscle mass. It happens so gradually that many people don't notice it at first, until one day carrying grocery bags feels harder, climbing stairs becomes more tiring, or standing for long periods suddenly feels exhausting. The same gradual process affects our bones. This is especially important for women after menopause, when bone density naturally begins to decline more rapidly. Can dates prevent these changes? No, they are not a miracle solution. Strong bones require regular physical activity, enough protein, vitamin D, calcium, and an overall healthy lifestyle. However, dates do provide magnesium, copper, and other minerals involved in maintaining normal bone and muscle function. Think of your health as building a house. Strong walls don't depend on just one brick. They depend on thousands of bricks working together. Nutrition works exactly the same way. Every healthy choice adds another brick. And over time, those small choices create a much stronger foundation. Who should be careful with dates? Now let's discuss something very important. Even healthy foods are not perfect for everyone. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, dates are not automatically forbidden. However, portion size becomes especially important. Instead of eating several dates by themselves, it's usually better to combine them with protein or healthy fats. For example, a couple of dates with plain Greek yogurt, dates with cottage cheese, or dates with a handful of unsalted nuts. These combinations help create a more balanced snack. People with chronic kidney disease should also speak with their healthcare provider before regularly eating large amounts of dates, since potassium restrictions may be necessary in certain medical conditions. And if you're experiencing an active digestive disorder, large amounts of dried fruit may temporarily increase digestive discomfort. The key message is simple. There is no perfect food for every person. Healthy eating is always personal. How should you eat dates? So, what's the best way to include dates in your diet? First, moderation. For most healthy adults, about 3 to 5 medium-sized dates per day is a reasonable portion. Second, don't use dates as a meal replacement. They should complement a balanced diet, not replace it. Third, pair them with protein or healthy fats whenever possible. For example, 2 dates with walnuts, dates and plain Greek yogurt, dates with cottage cheese after exercise, or 1 or 2 dates with your afternoon tea instead of cookies or candy. Fourth, always read the ingredient list. High-quality dates should contain just one ingredient, dates. If the package contains added sugar, glucose syrup, or other sweeteners, it's best to choose another brand. 4 common mistakes people make. The first mistake, eating half the package in one sitting. Even healthy foods lose their benefits when eaten in excessive amounts. The second mistake, replacing all fresh fruit with dates. Fresh fruit provides different nutrients and should remain part of your daily diet. The third mistake, eating only dates for breakfast. Without enough protein, you'll likely feel hungry again very quickly. The fourth mistake, avoiding dates simply because they taste sweet. Remember the most important lesson from today's video. Don't judge a food by one ingredient alone. Look at the whole nutritional picture. Final thoughts. So what should you remember from today's discussion? Dates are not medicine. They are not a miracle superfood, and they are certainly not something you should fear simply because they are naturally sweet. They are a nutritious whole food that provides fiber, potassium, magnesium, copper, and beneficial plant compounds. When enjoyed in moderation, dates can absolutely be part of a healthy diet after the age of 40. But the biggest secret isn't hidden inside a single food. Good health is built through hundreds of small choices we make every day. Getting enough sleep, moving your body regularly, eating plenty of vegetables, getting enough protein, staying hydrated, choosing natural foods more often than highly processed ones. These habits, repeated day after day, have a far greater impact on your long-term health than any trendy diet or miracle supplement ever could. If you found today's video helpful, be sure to save it so you can watch it again later. And don't forget to share it with your family and friends. It might help someone stop fearing naturally healthy foods and start making smarter choices for their health. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.